Call this meeting to order at 6:05 PM. So can everyone please stand and we can start our flag salute.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
All right, so next we'll go into roll call. So when I call your name, just say here or present. Commissioner Bayret is absent, Commissioner Lai is absent, Commissioner Abende,
Here.
Commissioner Garcia,
Here.
Commissioner Nguyen, Commissioner Ortega, here, Commissioner Sandoval,
Here.
Commissioner Romero is absent, Commissioner Sarat is also absent. So we have 6 out of the 10 commissioners present today. Our next, can we please get a secretary's report?
Wait, there he is. Hold on, he's here. Oh, you're right here, Disney. Okay, the agenda meeting packet was published on November 15th, 2000.
Next, we'll go to the approval of minutes. So can I get a motion to approve the meeting minutes from October 14th, 2024? Thank you. And can I get a second to that motion?
Okay, you got this.
I second to approve the minutes for October 14, 2024.
Okay, and can I have all those in favor say aye, starting from Commissioner Straw?
Aye.
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 Aye. All right, any abstain? No? Okay, that's a motion approves with a vote of 7 to 0.
To 0.
0, okay.
Yeah.
All right, next we have a presentation for the Santa Clara Family Health Plan, which is to make a new resource center in Gilroy.
All right. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Daisy Quijada, and I am the manager for the new South County Community Research Center that will open here in Gilroy. So we do have a PowerPoint to show you how beautiful it is gonna look. This is our center. So we are a plan. So when families apply for medical, they have 3 choices to pick a health plan, and we are one of those choices. We provide help with medical applications over California and food applications. So on the next slide, you're gonna see this beautiful center. I don't know if you're familiar on Lipsley, if you know where Concentra, the clinic is at. So the building next to Concentra used to be a liquor. I don't know if you guys remember, it's no longer there. It used to be a liquor in the front, and then in the back is a dance. It used to be a dance studio. So that's what it's gonna look like. Hopefully next year, by fall of 2025, we'll have a new community research center. This community research center is going to serve our members, but not just our members, the community as a whole. So even if they're not members to our plan, you can still come and enjoy of the services that we are going to be provided in this community research center. On the next slide, you can see how it's gonna look through the front. We have kind of behind those little bushes, there'll be like a sitting patio for families to come out and enjoy their meal, staff, if they want to come out and enjoy their meal right there. And that's the address, 163 feet. And then on our next slide, this is where our lobby is going to look like. And then in the back, you see the last room over there, right straight, that'll be our children's therapy room. And I think I have a picture. Our next slide, that's a church. So that's gonna be a children's activity room when parents are there to apply for services or classes. This is the room where children under 17 can go and enjoy. We have our next one. That is one of our conference rooms, and I think it's gonna hold around 60 people in the conference room. Those rooms are gonna be available to reserve. Let's say you guys wanna have this meeting over there. Some point, right? And wanna come and just explore the center. you're gonna be able to research the meeting. So we will collaborate with any agency that wants to come out and host meetings or maybe a class. I'm not sure how that's gonna look like, which, we're gonna probably have a system on how to reserve the rooms, like everyone else does, right? But it will be open to community and to agencies to come out and reserve. So with that said, I do have a couple of questions for you guys. And, if we can go to the next slide. So one of the questions that why we are out in the community and really looking to talk to youth is that we would like to know what programs and services would you like to see offered at the new Santa Clara Family Health Plan, South County Community Center. So if you guys can maybe throw out ideas, like thinking of you as youth, what is a program that you would like to see happening at this community research center? And think about maybe the needs that you see in your community. I know, in South County, I've been working in South County for the last 8 years. And what I hear from the community is that there is not a lot of youth programs or maybe things that you have seen that are missing in your community to get more youth involved and engaged. Maybe, some ideas that you have.
Perhaps we could do sort of, so since you guys are like the health plan, organization, perhaps we could do something like an internship or like sort of like a workshop or a course relating to, like areas in healthcare and like sort of preparing like the youth to maybe get into work in that area or field.
Yeah, internships would be really helpful because like a lot of the internships that are offered are like kind of far away.
Yeah.
So also like for me, I know like I'm interested in business, so like having something as that as well would be nice, like different like things related, like internships, yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Anyone else? Any other ideas?
I like the idea of like classes, maybe, I know a lot of people struggle with like getting ready for college and stuff like that,
Yeah.
so maybe college readiness courses, stuff like that.
Yeah, great, thank you. That's a great idea. All great ideas. And we've heard from you, they would like to see whether in the health or even just learning how to change a tire in a car, right? How to put your own oil. I had a youth ask me, why don't you guys teach us how to do our taxes? And I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. I want to learn how to do my own taxes. So, this is great. Thank you so much, for sharing because it is important to us. We want to be able to offer some type of classes that to engage youth and offer a space. Some other youth have asked me, will you have like a space where youth can actually come and decompress? Or just relax, right? So we want to be able to offer that also for you guys. But thank you so much for those ideas. And if you have any more, please go ahead and hand them over to Adam and he'll pass them on to me. Because again, we really want to work with youth in the South County area to make sure that this is a community research center it was created by a resident advisory group, which is a group of the community that came up with saying that South County needed health services. They needed a service hub. We have a service hub at the end where we provide, again, medical application assistance, and it's all free to community. You can come and apply for medical, cover California, and again, food stamps. And the other piece that the community asked for was for us to build a community research center. So that's why we're here. The other question I have for you guys is, would you like to join our resident advisory? And if you do, we will take 1 to 2 youth from this group if you guys are interested. So I would like you guys, maybe, you talk to Adam if you have interest if you're interested in joining a resident advisory group. And then you'll talk to me about it. We have our resident advisory group is the group of community members again that asked, and we did a whole assessment. Over 300 surveys went out into the community. And that's how we found out that, South County needed help on getting more health access to doctors and specialists, and really just having everything here instead of having to go to sample set for our services. And from that assessment also came that we needed the community, in a community research center. That's coming right now. And please, Adam, let me know when my time is up. So,
2.5 minutes.
all right. So with that, we now want to be able to involve you in our resident advisory group so that we also have the youth perspective, right? We want to learn from you guys, what you see in your community, and how can we support this community, this new community resource center to be successful and to actually bring the services that South County needs, not what we think you guys need, right? Because a lot of us, we think we know what the community needs. But what better than to listen to you and that live in the community, that see what's going on in your community. And then the other opportunity I have is that will you be interested in joining a civic leadership engagement training? This training actually started it last week. It was the first training, but it was more of an introduction. She didn't do a lot of training because first, she did more of an introduction and really showing participants what the training is going to be about. And the training is gonna be in about a 6-month period. It's only 4 workshops. So if any of you decide to join our next training, there will be 3 workshops left, and you will have to commit to attend the 3 of the workshops so that you can get a certificate. Some of the topics of the trainings are public comment, understanding the local government system, and policy making. We do have trainings from other groups here in Gilroy, so if you are interested, please let Adam know. And then, once you let Adam know, provide your information and the phone number, that you're okay for me to connect with you through, and I can connect through text message, email, whichever one is easier for you guys. So do you have any questions for me? No? Okay, and I can speak pretty fast, so about myself. But please, if you have any questions, Adam does have my information. You can reach out to me, and thank you so much for your time tonight. I hope that this does bring some joy to you guys, knowing that we have a community research center coming to South County, and that we're really hoping to work with community and mainly engaging you guys and really getting to know your feedback. Again, if you think of anything else that you'd like to see at the community research center, please feel free to communicate with us. Thank you so much for your time
Thank
tonight.
you.
I hope you guys have a great rest of the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, do we have any public comment on items that are not on the agenda?
No.
And we don't have any new business, so moving on to the old business, our item 9.1. We'll be reviewing the fiscal year 2025 youth commission work plan. First, we'll get a staff report from Pat.
Yes, okay, so if you turn to the last section in your meeting packet. And so this is the staff report for your work plan. This is what you agreed upon completing this year. As you can see, I'm just gonna quickly summarize. So the Opportunity Teen Fair, Tech Week for seniors, support breakfast with Santa, environmental issue, identifying a specific environmental issue, which we'll talk about shortly, and then resubmitting, which is pretty simple, a letter of support to the city council in favor of funding a youth center in Gilroy. So I'm gonna just quickly go over some of these and then I'll turn it back to you and let you lead the discussion. The commission, as I think everyone knows, last year held the very first Opportunity Teen Fair. It was a big success. It was held in March at Wheeler Center Gym. I'm recommending that a committee start forming now. Of 3 to 4 commissioners who each have like an area where they can lead a subcommittee. And then these were the subcommittees I thought might work. Again, feel free to modify it. One of them focuses on recruiting vendors. Another one is marketing the event. And then the last one is logistics, all the things that you're gonna need to make this event a success. And as we get closer to the event date, this will kind of change. So you'll start to see people who are on the recruiting vendor committee start moving to logistics. You might also see them move to marketing. And so and maybe not so much in logistics in the beginning. So Because again, you don't have an event unless you have vendors, right? And you want people to attend, so there needs to be a lot of emphasis on marketing. So things are happening at different stages. Tech Week for seniors. So I did look at the GUSD calendar. I don't know if it's the same for GECA, but these were some days where I thought, for example, like next week, Thanksgiving week, the senior center is open, but you are off, or at least the high schools are. I don't know about Oakwood. No, you guys aren't, you're not?
Only for GECA for Thanksgiving week,
Yeah.
only Thursday and Friday.
Oh, okay. Okay, good to know. Anyways, there was another holiday. So the other thing is we're also closed here on some of the holidays. So like the 2 weeks that GUSD is closed, we're closed too. So it only works on the days where you have a day off, but they're here. Right, so, okay, and then the other day I found was Friday, it was January 24th. It must be some sort of staff development day. Again, GUSD, I don't know if it applies to GECA. Anyways, thoughts?
I mean, I would like to do it again. I just don't, like for GECA at least, I think we have school on all these days, so I don't know.
Do you guys have any day off that's not like a federal holiday?
Don't we get one extra week off for winter break, like,
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I think we end
Like
later,
the,
or our
okay,
break ends later.
okay, so I've got the calendar up here. So, like, for example, we open again on January 6th, Monday, January 6th. Is GECA off this week?
It is for like the first 2 days, right?
I think it might be up Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
We start our break on December,
23rd?
the week before the 16th.
Oh, you start, okay,
Yeah,
so,
that's our first week break.
oh, well, in that case, okay, I just assumed it was a week later, so you guys could, come that week, because we're open.
Okay. I mean, I can.
Yeah, I mean, this, again, and now,
Mm.
where do you go, Corinne? I forget.
Christopher.
You go to Christopher, okay, so some of this applies to you.
I have finals week that week, but the thing is, if I don't have a final like at like 1 o'clock, then I can come at 1 o'clock.
Oh, we're only open in the morning,
Well, then I might not have a final in the morning.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what I can do, so let me ask you this, so it sounds like the week before, or the week of 12/16 works for the GECA group, Monte Vista? Okay, and then Corinne and Anna, you go to Gilroy High, it's so. Did you guys wanna come in maybe next week?
I'm good
Yeah?
for next week, yeah.
Yeah?
Able to, but I'm not too sure because my brother's coming to town, so I'm.
So here's the thing, so the commitment's very minimal, I would say it's like 30, 40, 45 minutes.
Yeah, I can do next week too, because I'm off next
Oh,
week.
you're off?
Mhm.
Okay. You're, okay, excellent. All right, so we have Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Do any of the,
Can I check my schedule?
yeah, check a second. Let's see if we can get some dates on it.
It's the 20th through the.
Okay, yeah, that's,
That's
that is, let's see here.
So next week, 25th.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, so next week. What about Thursday? Because I have Thursday off.
Yeah, that's Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's Thanksgiving. Oops. Oh, yeah. Because I have practices from 10 to 12, like every morning.
Oh, really?
Yes, I know.
I'm good all throughout that week.
You're good that week, okay.
And not open on the weekends either.
No.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
so Monday
So
to
limited.
Friday, I know, and it's just in the morning, and like I said, normally you can't come because you're in school.
Yeah.
So that's why I was looking at like the days that you don't have school. Okay, trying to think, who else is on, who's not here? Are they all gonna get,
Is it open Friday too or no?
Diane.
oh, Sophia, what's that?
Is it? It's not.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's open Friday.
Oh, I still have practice that day.
Black Friday?
Yep.
Yeah. Um. Okay. And then you guys, the week of December 16th, maybe?
I have an feeling, and I think. Good, I'm gonna do Jan.
Yeah, but so we start winter break on the 16th.
So I think I can.
Yeah, I can do that.
I can probably, wait, let me see what, okay. I could do the Wednesday, the 18th, because I have no finals that day, like I don't have to go in for anything
Oh, for December?
for December, yeah.
Okay.
I think I can do the 16th through like the 20th, but I need to take off time from work.
Okay. Okay, this is good. Okay, so we've got, okay, hey, you know what, this is gonna work. Okay, so 12-18. Gianna, does anyone else wanna? You know, if we get just like 3 days, that works too. So. I'm just thinking, maybe we can get someone else with Corinne next week.
I can probably do it.
Wait,
Oh, okay, yeah,
next week, like what time?
so it would be, I would recommend like 10:30 to 11:15, right up leading to.
Oh, wait, no, I have next week off.
Oh,
Thursday,
okay.
so yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay, so what would be a good day? Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday for next week?
I'll come every day. I don't care.
You wanna come every day? Okay, and you did it last year, right? Okay,
I'm also fine for those 3 days.
okay,
I
and,
think I'd say like Monday, probably for sure, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll check.
okay. Sounds good. All right, let me just write this down. And it's really, I mean, I shouldn't say it's easy. I mean, hopefully the questions. You're able to answer. I mean, you guys both did. I don't know if you did. You did.
No.
Do you guys remember it?
Yeah, I mean, it was easy for the most part, but then I think I spent an hour with it really depends. One person needed help with their medical form.
Actually,
That took a while.
I might not come Monday, because I have,
That's okay, because we have Anna coming.
okay.
So if you,
okay,
why don't you come Tuesday and Wednesday?
Yeah,
Okay, so we don't, I would say just 2 people. 2 people are good. Because what happens is there might be, if there's only 1 person, if we have 2 people, it'll go. Okay, so, and I'll send an email out to confirm. So Anna and Corinne for next Monday, Corinne and Dan May for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Okay? All right, and then the week of December 16th, we've got Gianna for the 18th.
18th, yeah.
Okay. And then you.
I can do any day.
You can do any day, okay, I like any day. And
I
then,
can also do it.
Yeah, same
okay,
here.
oh, good, okay,
I'll ask Maya too. I think she's also free. I know Emily's gonna be in Vietnam, so she can't go.
so Emily's a. Maybe 2, okay, so what I could do is maybe group you guys, you don't have to do, you know, maybe. You do 1 to 2 days that week. Just group you. Okay. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah. Right, nice, okay, and then, okay. We've got the tent down, good, okay, breakfast with Santa. Okay, so Saturday, December 7th, who did it last year? All right, you guys wanna talk about it?
Right, so breakfast with Santa, the main event was in like the actual senior center. And people just ate breakfast with Santa. I forgot it was someone from the city who dressed up as him and they took pictures. And then the commission, we were in here and we had multiple tables set up. And we held like different arts and crafts activities, like we had like ornaments and cookies and letters to Santa and stuff, just like spread throughout the room. It was pretty successful. We had a lot of people come out and they said they had a lot of fun, so I'll just do that
And you
again.
get breakfast,
Oh,
You
yeah,
get that.
and you can take a picture with Santa.
So like, there's a table right here where like you make cookies and then like it's right there where you like do arts and craft and people would come in and like just like have fun. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously little ones and you just help them with their crafts, so. Anyway, so it would be from, let's say like 8 to 12 on Saturday, December 7th.
Can I take off work for that really quick, so I don't forget?
Wait, can you what?
Can I take off work for that, like submit like my work thing or
Oh, yeah.
before I don't forget, cause I have work that weekend.
Okay, yeah. Right, submit away. Okay, everyone else think you can make it? Yeah,
I don't think I can make it.
you can't make it?
What's on this one? 8 to
8 to
8 to 12.
What did you say, 8 to 12?
8 to 12. And it goes quick, it's busy. We have, has anyone gone as like a kid? Did anyone go? No? We're gonna have, we'll have 200 people here. Like,
Oh.
not in this room at one time,
But
but
like
throughout the
coming,
day.
wow,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it gets busy.
It gets busy.
Okay, great. So,
Oh, I already have it off, perfect.
all right. Okay, and then, the last thing, well, actually, before we go to the environmental issue, let's go back to the opportunity fair. So maybe we should, okay, because here's kind of what I'm recommending. Is that, the tech week, you just show up, do your thing, there you go home. Breakfast with Santa, same thing. These other ones are going to be going on throughout the year. So an opportunity fair, as Gianna knows, Baru, Alfred, Ame, it's a big event and there's a ton of planning. And so, and then for this environmental issue, depending on what you're coming up with, that's gonna take a lot of time too. So I would like everyone to either be working on the environmental issue or on the opportunity fair. So, anyways, so just keep that in mind, and then we can go back. Once we figure out what the environmental issue is, and then you guys can decide where you want to be. Do you want to be focusing on opportunity fair, or do you want to be focusing on the issue? Okay, all right, now I'm going to hand the reins over to you, Mr. Chair. These were the groups, and so you can have everyone maybe report back on what's happening.
Okay, so the first group we have present, we have Anna, Corinne, and Gianna. So one of you guys like to report on what you could know?
Well, like we basically sent AAW, I think, that's what it's called. We sent them an email and we asked them like what they wanted to do with us to collaborate. And they responded with,
Do you wanna
like,
pull it up?
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was like an Earth Day thing, so they said, should I just read off the email?
Yeah,
Okay. They said, thrilled to hear from you. We're in the process just now of collaborating with the Gilroy Gardening Group's Earth Day 2025, hopefully co-sponsored by the City Parks and Rec Commission at Christmas Hill Park at the Red Barn area. We're on their agenda for Tuesday, November 19th, 6 p.m. City Hall Chambers. The date will either be April 19th or 26th, 2025, to be determined. So our AAUW Environmental Ladies Group is waiting to hear back from the gardening group as to how they want to proceed. So they're mostly just interested in like executing this Earth Day thing rather than like in terms of like legislation from what we heard from them.
Okay. And by the way, I'm also the staff person for that commission, so I'm very familiar with what they're working on that end. But yeah, it's basically gonna be a special event. And yeah, it's not focused on the legislative aspect. But the commission could participate in the event itself, so,
that would be good, probably.
yeah, especially if it's after opportunity fair.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, so thank you for the update. All right, keep going.
Alright, so next group is May, Baru, Emily, and me. So you or May have anything you want to say first about your research?
I found some stuff from, I think, the Morgan Hill Youth Commission on Instagram. I think stuff we brought up before, like, they just talked about some parks they wanna clean up. They also, made a certain day, called an Earth Day. And I think they actually like talked with the city council about it, so citywide too. I think it was October 2nd.
Oh, this past October?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I actually have friends on that youth commission, so I could like ask, like maybe we could even collaborate with them on something. I feel like that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. Other youth commissions that you guys able to find out about?
I couldn't find anything from other cities. I also looked at Morgan Hill. This one was a couple of years ago, but they have a specific team. It's called is the Morgan Hill Youth Climate Action Team. And they wrote a letter to the city. They were petitioning for an emergency like climate action plan, and the city ended up passing it through. And it was about I know part of the plan was like increasing access to like electric vehicle charging and enforcing like a limit to how much fossil fuels that buildings use and like making them use green practices or green technologies and stuff like that to reduce carbon emissions.
Um, did you actually find the letter?
I don't have the letter. I found the article.
Okay.
A copy of the plan on the city's website.
Oh, okay. I didn't see their letter.
I was looking for it, but I couldn't
I
find
couldn't
it.
find it, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so climate action. And what was the name of the group?
Was the Morgan Hill Youth Climate Action Team.
Youth. And it's not affiliated with the commission?
No, they're the separate group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's in group icon.
Hey,
Okay, and then who's the other group?
the other group is Jacob, Sophia, and Corinne.
Oh, you guys have the issue. Yeah,
Speaking of, a climate action, one of the things I was like planning to suggest was like a climate action community board or something similar like that for Gilroy. I also have a lot of other stuff, but, if you want me to go over it, I can. It's just like a few like ideas. The main issue I came into was that we do not have like, it was hard to find out what we can do exactly. So I have stuff for waste reduction, like banning single-use plastics,
it's banning single use.
I can send you the document, if you like,
Well, let's even share.
yeah, banning single-use plastics, like reusable bags, and like I know a lot of people don't like the paper stuff, so there's also like biodegradable materials like bamboo and wood. Also compostable, packaging. And then regarding that, also, we could to promote it, we could also have like potential plastic bag fees, like.
I
But
think they have that, don't they? Like at the grocery store?
I'm not entirely sure, I think they do
They
have some.
do,
sort of-
yeah, it's like 10 cents.
And
And
then
people.
also like public awareness campaigns, I know we already have, I think we have recycling programs, I'm not sure exactly the specifics. The renewable energy stuff, California also has a lot of that, so I wasn't sure how much we should. Like incentives for solar panels, I believe that already exists within the state, and then also public awareness campaigns, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Some other like community programs I thought of were like community gardening ordinances, so like allocating vacant lands for gardens, tax incentives or grants for people who maintain these spaces, educational programs on gardening, stuff like that. Also wildlife protection, I noticed like on the road to get to Gecka, I noticed that there's like a lot of animals that have been hit, stuff like that. So maybe like protected areas for local wildlife, also educational programs on preserving wildlife. Possible partnerships with schools to organize trips and programs that focus on local ecosystems, and then a lot of people, I went out and asked people what they want from the city, most of them just said community trash pickup days. So maybe like if we could propose service hours for students, like a large scale thing. That might be good for the future and also. Someone also suggested reducing the amount of high density housing to preserve the environment.
Okay. All right, good job. Okay,
So the first thing I did was sort of look at what we already have in place in terms of like environmental. And the one big thing that I saw was the Santa Clara Valley Habitat Plan, which is a very extensive plan that sort of goes into how to like mitigate you know, invasive species and also like helping preserve the species that we already have. So the plan covers 1,400 square miles in the Santa Clara County, including Gilroy and other cities. And it protects various species, 18 in total. Um, and in this plan, it holds both specific land preservation and habitat restoration efforts, and it sort of acts as like an outline or a guideline as to what like laws we can pass or like what plans we can do to help create action in terms of environmental issues. It also provides outlines for landowners, developers, and the local government agencies to comply with in order to help protect native species, and it also has measures for controlling invasive species. Um, so this plan was already pretty extensive, so I sort of wanted to do something that like wasn't redundant and like sort of go in like a different direction because this plan already like does so much in terms of environmental.
Mhm.
So I was thinking one big problem or like one big source of problems when it comes to native species and protecting them is urban expansion. So whenever there's like new construction, that means that these areas where like native species could be growing are being encroached upon and thus making them more endangered. So I know we can't exactly like stop urban expansion. I mean, cities have to grow and construction has to be built. But I think what we can do is sort of incorporate, like how you were mentioning, community gardens or sort of incorporating these native plants within new construction areas. So like making it so that in new construction, we have to have certain native species planted or for every like square mile that there is construction, another square mile somewhere else has to be protected.
uh, yeah, there's a name for that. I forget what it's called. But I know, sure, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so for every, like square foot. What land? Equal amount set aside. For, conservation.
Mhm.
Anything else?
Um, Other than that, I think that was like my main idea because I feel like a lot of the stuff was covered by the Santa Clara Valley Habitat Plan, and I didn't want to, like repeat.
What, I'm just curious, what organization produced that? Do you know?
This was issued by the county in 2013.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So like, um, do we find land, like people who are like offering to do it, or like, do we like buy land? Because if we have to buy land, that's like.
Yeah, actually, what I think other cities do, and I say I think, is when a developer comes to town, they probably say, you can develop this land on condition that you purchase this land that we're going to keep for conservation. And the city or the county or whatever agency has already kind of identified these lands. So when it does happen, they're ready to just say, okay, you can do this, but you have to do this. They do that with like, if you're building 1,000 homes, you have to build a school.
Mm.
or you have to build a park. And what a lot of developers do is they don't build it, they just give the city the money to build it.
Mm.
So there's a lot of different ways to kind of get around it. The city did that with fire station, they wanted the developer, you probably have seen it in Loma, to build a fire station. They said no. Okay, well, give us the money to do it. That's what they ended up doing. And now the city's gonna build a fourth fire station.
Where?
Over on like Santa Teresa,
Oh, okay.
like all the new, sorry.
Oh, like Boulevard?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but like, like between like, say, Solar Zone and.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Um. Okay, so. Very good job to everyone. Thank you for reporting back. Okay, so. To kind of narrow this down is, basically. The AEW, they want to be involved in an event. Which is fine, but it doesn't really meet the criteria of what this commission kind of set out to do. Um. It sounds like the Morgan Hill Youth Climate Action Group. Action team, that's, if we gotta find that letter, maybe you can contact, if there's an email, see if you can contact them or our website. And ask them for that letter, because you might end up doing something very similar. And it'd be nice to just kind of see, how did they? Is it just a 2-page letter, or is it like a 30-page report? And then the last thing is these ideas, which cover a lot. So the question is there something that stands out, but is also doable? Now, keep in mind, you're not writing a book report here, this isn't a 30-page. This is just identifying an issue that is relevant, something that interests you, something that's gonna have positive impact on the community. And you're gonna take that, you're gonna explain it, explain why it's needed, and make that recommendation to city council.
I'd say one of the biggest ones would be the trash pickup days, run by the city. Because basically everyone I asked said that, so. Given I only asked about 10 to 20 people, but a lot of the students said that they really want like community trash pickup days and.
And listen, when you say community trash pickup, what are you talking about?
Like just trash on the city. Is,
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Okay, so the city, okay, so just so everyone knows, the city actually already does this. They can't pick up, well, they primarily pick up trash in areas that, like parks or the right of way, so it basically public space. It's very difficult for them to go onto private property, so it may look like it's public property, but it's not, it's owned by someone else. But they do have these monthly cleanup groups, every month, actually. They have, forget, they call it the Fight Dirty campaign. So they go and they pick up trash. But typically it's on city property. So, and it's usually a park. You're probably thinking of like on site.
that's what most people were complaining about, yeah.
Which we could, except it wouldn't be the city. A lot of times it's the county or even the state. It just depends who owns it. Sometimes it's the railroad. But there's definitely some opportunities there, and just so everyone here knows, is the recreation division actually has hosts two pickup days, trash pickup days in the park. One in May and one in September. And last year, I think between the 2 days, we collected close to 1,000 pounds of trash. It's crazy what we end up. So that's definitely, you could maybe make a recommendation to do more. Or work with the schools to, to expand it.
Yeah, I was mostly thinking of working with the schools because a lot of people I know that are short of hours, especially community service.
Okay.
And this was just, if it's like city, it's on a large scale, it's easier for more people to get hours than if it were just a small group of like 10 to 15.
Yeah, so that's definitely a possibility. What, anything else that speaks to you? It's this smaller, see what- I'm also gonna add this climate action plan. Now, I think the city has this, but I don't know what. I don't know what like the state of it is.
Like, I went on the youth climate action thing, like a bit ago, and it says Gilroy, in the dashboard.
Really?
So I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's the same one. Oh, really?
Did they say who's on it?
You can apply, but
No, but I mean, like, they list like who's, like, it says like, if you go to the Gilroy Youth Commission website, it has all of your names. Okay, well, what else while MA's looking that up?
Maybe we could do it sort of like, where we like pick a specific species and we sort of like, maybe like sponsor and make it like, so we try to incorporate it like a lot into our city. Like I was looking at one specifically that's endangered, like in our area called the Loma Prieta Oita, which is sort of like a purple, it's a legume, but it has like these really pretty purple flowers.
Wait, how do you spell the last word? Loma Prieta,
Hoita.
Hoita.
Yeah.
Like that?
Um,
Let's look it up.
mhm,
Is that it?
mhm,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen these.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe we could, I don't know, to make the scope a little
And that's a
smaller.
native?
Yeah, and it's native and it's endangered.
Oh.
So maybe we could do it sort of like, we're like sponsoring it and like recommend to the city, can we like promote this plant, have like businesses, try to like plant it. I know, I saw that there was one nursery that carries it. It's a little far away, but seeing that, I know that it's like possible to, like grow and like take care of. So maybe incentivize businesses to, like plant this like in front of their businesses or, have communities like plant this or have it like at a park, something like that.
Yeah, kind of like a campaign.
Mhm,
Yeah, how do you protect it though? Because I've seen it.
mhm.
So is the point to plant more or to protect the existing or both? Do you know what I mean?
I think it would be maybe to plant more since as it's endangered,
Yeah,
we need like a greater quantity of it.
okay.
Um, but yeah, or like a little bit of both, like because we also don't want to lose what we already have.
Would like tax incentives be possible for businesses who wanna use it?
Yeah, you could, so now you're connecting the
Mhm.
dots, because now what you're saying, you've identified an issue. You're saying what needs to be done, and then you're providing one possible solution, to make that happen, that the city could actually enact, which could be like a tax break or a credit or something, some sort of tangible benefit beyond just wanting to be altruistic and save this particular species.
okay, wait, for the youth climate action thing, so it
Oh my
isn't just like Morgan Hill, it's like everywhere, and Gilroy and Morgan Hill is just like a tiny group that they have.
Oh.
It's all over California. I mean, the Bay Area part,
That's okay, okay.
so.
Well, they might be helpful with what you end up doing, like they might be able to provide some of the research. They may already have the research and they can just send it to us. Well, so what do you think of this? This Loma Prieta, how do you pronounce last? Weta?
I think so.
And it is local. They say it is, where is it? Known from occasional occurrences in the San Francisco Bay Area. So. And this kind of ties into something else. So, at the end of the agenda, we're not there yet, so I don't want to jump, but. This group does not have any apparel, like a t-shirt or a sweatshirt or anything. And, I think this could be like your symbol, you know?
Kind of a cool idea.
Yeah,
Be different from the college.
yeah, like last year they had a quote. So this year you can use this year, your desk. I mean, it's like. Okay.
When is the like yearly opera, when is that?
Wait, when is the what?
When does the yearly like little symbol happen?
What do you mean?
Like you said last year, we had a quote.
Oh, I meant on the t-shirt.
Yeah,
Oh, so I want to say, because I know you had the t-shirts. See, I was thinking because of Breakfast with Santa, it'd be great if you can all wear it. Anyway, so yeah, so we'd probably be like that, you know, like we should probably start thinking about, that's why I put it on the agenda at the very end. And we'll get to that in a moment, but in any event, let's focus just on this environmental issue, and then we'll go back to also figure out who wants to focus on what. Okay, are there any other environmental issues that could work within kind of your capacity? Or you guys want to stick with this one?
I like this one, like supporting a local species. I think. Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
And are there any like health risks with it? Cause I know some like flowers.
I don't know. I would say the next step is to do a dive, you know, go to a nursery and find out what's the story with this. And you're sure, Corinne, it's endangered?
Yeah, it was within the list provided in the Santa Clara Valley Habitat Plan.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
But that was from 2013, right?
That's true, yeah.
So the question, so it's been 10 years. I
Mhm.
wonder where is it now?
I mean, I also searched it up on wildlifecalifornia.gov,
Okay.
and it still showed up as like under threatened and endangered.
Oh, it did. Okay. That's a good sign. Well, not a good sign. It's a sound. But you know what I mean. Okay, so, okay, I think this works. I think if it's still endangered, and I'm just wondering who I feel like we should reach out to an expert, you know? Like there's quite a few nurseries, not a few, quite a few, but there's a few nurseries in Gilroy. I think it would be worth going to at least one of them and find out from someone who is an expert, you know, in local species to find out what's the story with this, like, and what would they recommend to protect it, you know? There might be a contact on that report, or on that website that you just mentioned, you know, that they might be able to either connect us with someone or they themselves can answer the question. So I would say if you want to move forward with this particular species, let's do a deeper dive just to make sure that it really is in fact the appropriate. And then the question is, what do you tell the city council? You know, like what kinds of public incentives do you recommend that maybe other cities or other counties have done to save a species, you know, and that's interesting, you know, so, because you're not the first. So what do y'all think?
I think it's a good idea,
Yeah,
especially since it's like more specific.
yes, yeah,
So would you,
There's a couple, and, wait, sorry, you can go.
But I
Like,
was wondering, like, would you tie this into like, how would you promote awareness for it? Would you just like, would it be recurring, social media posts or just, like, how would you go about? it? How do you think
Yeah.
we should go about
I think, yeah, so sort of like how, you mentioned like a campaign sort of based on like social media posts, we want to do like maybe some research into it, and sort of like work into like adopting it and sort of like promoting more about like the plant itself. To like businesses and just like regular people.
Okay, so what are the next steps for this? You talked about, kind of, getting the word out, finding out. And then types of incentives you can recommend to the council for the community to, save it, grow it. Kind of, yeah. Okay, all right, so, if you're gonna move forward with this, and so we also have the opportunity committee. Do you wanna go around and just say, which committee you wanna be on, and then those committees can meet offline? And then and you can meet with me, between now and the next meeting. And then we can talk about what needs to get done. What are the next steps?
Well, maybe like people who were here last year should work on opportunity since like we kind of already know how it was ran last year.
Yes,
Um, so
although we wanna give,
yeah, everyone else should, yeah, experience it
I
as
feel
well.
like, since we like already like kind of know how it's gonna go, the opportunity fair, I feel like it's gonna take a little less time to do it,
you know,
which,
you would think, and you would be surprised, because I have done this in so many different ways. It never works out. It takes just as much time. I don't know why, but that's because it never goes the way it did the previous year. There's always something new that comes up, like, oh, I didn't, we didn't know we were gonna have to deal with that. But the one nice thing that you do have this year, there is an advantage, is that we already have 20-25 vendors who most likely will want to come back again.
Mhm.
And that makes it really easy, because last year we started with,
Yeah,
but you still have to reach out to them. You still have to figure out what's the date gonna be, what's a good date that's gonna work for everyone. We have a venue, we use Wheeler. But, and then I know you wanted to add another component, like the college component, so we'll need more tables, space. And what other, I don't know, I have to look at the notes. So we did like a little post event report. But yeah, so I think it'd be good to have a combination of people who did it,
Yeah.
and then maybe some new people, new ideas,
Mhm.
Um. Anyways, I think they're good ideas. I think they're both very much, you're both capable of working on it too, so. Okay, so do you want to go around and just say kind of maybe what committee you'd like to be on? Let's start from there. I know there's a few people absent, and I'll ask them which committee they would like to work on.
I had a question. So are we like gonna be working on both or are we just selecting like environmental or opportunity?
Great question. So here's what I'm envisioning, and please feel free to speak up. Is for now, it's one or the other. And then as we get closer to the opportunity fair, we're gonna grab everyone in, all hands on deck. Because honestly, for opportunity fair, it was it was everyone for, I mean, it was like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like we started like I think planning in October, and the event was in March. But to Than May's point, we don't need to do that level of planning because we've already done it, but there's still a lot of details. I mean, a lot of details. We had a raffle, we had to go get gift cards. promotion, there was a whole marketing campaign done on Instagram, so, and a lot of the people who were involved with that commissioning, so. As we get closer to that date, we'll definitely need to remove some people, but hopefully by then, this will be pretty close to being done.
Mhm.
Okay, so everyone's gonna work on Opportunity Teen Fair at one point, but maybe not everyone's gonna be working on the environmental issue. That's kind of what it sounds like. Okay, Mr. Chair, how do you wanna facilitate this?
So, it seemed like you said before, we'll start with Commissioner Ortega, and then we'll just go around and see, like, who wants to participate in what for now, or like, who wants to be on which teams. So, what do you think?
I can work on both.
But if you had to pick one,
I'll primarily focus on the environmental issue.
shoot, and then we'll say Loma Prieta. Did I speak Prieta? Okay. All right, so I'll put you down here. Okay. And then-
Oh, I'll do opportunity.
I'll do the environmental issue.
Okay,
Other opportunity.
I'll also work on opportunity.
I'm gonna also do opportunity too.
I'll also do opportunity.
oh my God, come on.
I think we should, ask the other people too.
Oh, yeah,
They,
yeah,
they were probably like, I don't know, let's see.
okay, 2, 4, 5. Okay, okay, wow. Okay. I'm just thinking, so we have 3 more people who are not, oh, keep something else in mind. Oh, I didn't tell you this. So we're gonna get at least 1 new person come January. Because we have a vacant seat. And then, we have 1 seat. Actually, we're gonna have 2 technically vacant seats. And one of them is Stan May, so his term is expired. So we are gonna have 2 new members and we'll have to find a space for them. So if you know anyone who's interested in applying, encourage them to. Okay, all right, so we've got 5 people for Opportunity Teen Fair. I'll probably, honestly, the other people, we may just have to shift them to the environmental issue. Otherwise, it may get a little too lopsided. And keep in mind, everyone's gonna work on the Opportunity Teen Fair. I think this environmental issue thing is gonna be, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be something this commission has not worked on before, so at least to my knowledge. So it should be interesting. Okay. So I think we figured out almost everything here. Right? We go down the list, Opportunity Teen Fair, we talked about the Tech Week, Breakfast with Santa, environmental issue. So, good job, commission.
For opportunity, do we have to finalize a date for tonight, or is that something we can just talk about later?
We don't have to do it tonight, but did the late March work for everyone?
I think so, because I remember we were running into problems,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
I forgot what the other, spring break.
Spring break.
So,
And what else was there? And people are looking for internships, so if you do it too late in the semester, right?
then yeah.
Yeah,
I know a couple that could work, but like they're really good internships, but the problem is I think the applications are open like the first week of March. So if we want people like them to come, we could push it a little earlier. Like beginning of March or like late February. But-
yeah, and keep in mind too, it's gonna be December and that's gonna go quick. I mean. I would not have it anytime before March, because you do need at least a month to promote it. And by that point, you need to also know who your vendors are, so people have an incentive to go, so. um, Okay, so maybe sometime in March,
Mhm.
and I can see what's available. We usually do it on Saturday. We did it on Saturdays. Saturday in March. Okay, I'll see what's available and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
That's a motion for this, like to approve the plan.
Oh, let's see, you know what, you've already approved the work plan, these are just ongoing. Although we do need to approve, I guess, the environmental issue, I mean, you did approve the environmental issue, but not the specific. Actually, I think you're okay, because you did approve it being an environmental issue. No, you're,
Alright, so next up is item 10, which would be agenda items for next meeting. Do we have any agenda items?
well, I think your agenda items are gonna be the work plan. You know, so if it's not on the work plan, then, you know, it could be something we can add, but otherwise, I think you're just gonna be focusing on. These two big items and then. Actually, breakfast with Santa will be before your next meeting. So you'll have done breakfast with Santa, you'll have started tech week.
Mhm.
Uh, Just looking at your other stuff here. Yeah, so pretty much it's just gonna be these two main items.
And next is staff and commissioner comments, and we talking about the youth commission up there.
Yeah, so, if, so last time this took like 3 meetings. Finalized, and if we wait 3 more months to finalize the design, and is it gonna be sweatshirts, is it gonna be t-shirts? You know, it's gonna be big, so, I recommend. Identifying someone, is there someone interested who would wanna take the lead and do a quick design? And we could do t-shirts for everyone, we just need sizes, and then hopefully try to get it ready for December 7th, breakfast with Santa. Is there anyone interested in doing that?
To- Yeah,
You're
okay,
interested?
yeah, the-
Okay,
mhm. Yeah,
all right. Is there anyone else interested?
Maybe,
Maybe?
I mean, I could send like a potential.
Like I said, I think having that flower, you know, I think that might be kind of. Okay, anybody else interested?
I'm not good at that stuff.
All right, okay, so
What needs to be on?
that's a good question. So the one last year, it said, correct me if I'm wrong, Gilroy Youth Commission, and then on the back it had like that, a big quote.
Yeah.
What's that?
it was like be the change you wish to see.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And then, do we wanna like keep just the t-shirts like we did last year, or do like, I know like a couple years ago they did. Like quarter zips and we did crew next year.
Yeah, the
but-
only, okay, so the reason why I recommend t-shirts is they're cheaper
Mhm.
and you're gonna need money for the opportunity. So I recommend, and so now let's say it's cold, it's gonna be cold obviously in December, right? So you can always wear it over your sweatshirt, or you can wear like a long sleeve shirt, and wear it over. This way you're able to wear your t-shirt. And it's probably gonna be quicker if we just get 11, 12 t-shirts, whatever.
Okay,
Yeah, so I recommend t-shirts.
Wait, shall we do anything about the money, like have like a fundraiser? Whatever?
We could, we can't talk about it right now. But it's something we can talk about in a future meeting. So, but for now, you have enough to order some t-shirts. So, okay, well, let's talk afterwards so we can figure out, maybe this week. You guys can get me either some designs or something, okay? And so hopefully you'll like it. All right, okay.
All right, if that's all, then I will adjourn this meeting at 7:15 PM.